effort, and attitude. You ever heard the phrase, your attitude determines your altitude? Well, let's take it one step further. What if your attitude dictated your effort? What if your effort dictated your success? How much would you get accomplished today if it meant that tomorrow would be easier?
Sometimes you gotta let them know. Talk to him, Jimmy. Talk to him, Jimmy.
Love, baby.
Talk to him, Jimmy. Talk to him, Jimmy. You're not alone.
You're needed, but more importantly,
You're not alone. You are
Talk
loved.
to him, Jimmy. Talk to him, Jimmy. Talk to him,
Wait,
Jimmy.
that's not right. It's this.
Talk to him, Jimmy.
Salute.
Talk to him, Jimmy.
you're loved.
Talk to him, Jimmy.
Truth of the matter is, tomorrow won't get any easier. But that should be fuel enough to remind you that you got this. I mean, honestly, did you really think that you would get past yesterday? You know yesterday, that constant nagging reminder of what you didn't accomplish because you procrastinated. I'm sorry, I'm the only one that does that. But just for a moment, let's take advantage of today so that we can have some order tomorrow. Let's not focus on what didn't happen, but let's put emphasis, let's put effort into what will happen. Now, for all my control freaks and those of you that have to know the next step before it happens, well, this one's for you. Being proactive is better than being reactive. Now, that's a tough lesson for me to learn, but I thank you. The key is to get past your feelings, aka yourself, and realize that you're ultimately going through this for somebody else. But it's going to take a can-do attitude and a will-do spirit. You have to realize that your attitude is going to make the difference in your effort. Allow now to catapult you into where you need to be. We got this. You're up way more than you're down. You're needed. You know, sometimes I watch how animals survive in the wild during the fight or flight, and I ask myself, which animal are you today? And as my brother Quasi would say, are you gonna lay down and give up? Or are you gonna get up and give it your all? So at this present moment, ask yourself, what is your attitude when you fall? What efforts are you putting forth in order to get back up? When I was stationed in Massachusetts, there was a unit there that developed a call and response of, when I say can do, you say will do. It seems kind of corny, but it's a mindset thing. It goes back to having a can-do attitude and a will-do spirit. Because sometimes you don't want to, but you know that you will because you can. Because you believe in yourself and you know that sometimes your feelings lie to you. Sometimes you know you should, but you don't. Sometimes. So celebrate those moments that you do what you know is needed. Those things that require discipline. The things that other people won't. So pat yourself on the back because that's what champions do. You are what's missing. Why do you think people are drawn to you? It's the effort, it's the attitude, it's the fight that's inside. It's that animal instinct that conquers any challenge that's before you. So remind yourself of where you're going because you're needed to show other people the way so that they can do it too. Just make sure you do it first. You're not alone. All right, y'all know how I usually give it up in the you're not alone section, but this time is different. Would I be wrong if I said you're not alone because sometimes your haters are standing right next to you? Yeah, I know it's hard to admit it because you don't want to give those thoughts life, but that's why I'll say it for you. I'll also say that you'll have to remain focused and continue to move at your pace in this rat race because sometimes you get distracted easily. And sometimes if your team doesn't get sometimes if your team doesn't get motivated by you, then you're on the wrong team. At this point, your haters should be your motivation, that you're doing something right, that you're doing something that somebody else won't. These haters encourage you to keep pushing, to keep going when you have nothing else left in you. Because people who love you, real family, is going to be there for you, whether you mess up or you do it correctly. Well, Jay, how do you determine which is which? It's easy. For once, stop being what someone else needs and choose yourself. If you choosing yourself causes a rift within the relationship, then you'll know that this relationship probably isn't for you. Whether you're eating or not, real family is going to rock with you. Because then you have to reassure them that you would do the same, that you guys are a team with a common goal of winning. Because if I succeed, then we'll succeed. For example, if I'm good at playing guitar and you're starting a band, why wouldn't you ask me to play for you? I can benefit from being on your team just as much as you can benefit from being on mine. So do it for those that are watching. Do it for those that are standing next to you, the haters. Because if they don't have the motivation, then you become it. You become the change and everything else will come together. There's enough room at the table for everybody to eat. You just gotta prepare enough food. You're worth it. You're worth it. No. Say it with me. You're worth it. Yeah. You're worth it. The effort and the attitude. I look at it like this. If you're gonna love me, you're gonna love loving me. The time, the effort, and the sacrifice. And there shouldn't be any back talk. You know why? Because I would do the same exact thing, if not more. And you wouldn't hear anything about it because you're worth it. So check it. I was gonna use this crazy basketball analogy about how we're both on the same team, and when you score, you eases the pressure, it causes balance. No role is bigger than the other one, but you get the picture. It's many parts, but only one body. But let's not neglect the fact that many people aren't successful because success isn't easy. There are gonna be times where I'll get up and you'll have my seat. You're gonna have to take the lead because this is your moment. For once, choose yourself. Start giving you the same effort and attitude. Reevaluate what you call love. Reevaluate the love you've been receiving and start giving that same energy. If the relationship remains balanced, then you know you're on solid ground. But if you receive pushback or confrontation, then you realize that you're being used for a certain thing and you're worth more than that. TalkToemJymi. At the end of the day, what do you want from this moment? Brenda Bouchard says you have to take your goals as a javelin and throw it as far as you can, but strive to pick it up and do it all over again. Because it doesn't matter how many people say you can't, as long as you're not one of them. Effort and attitude. Real quick, compare how happy you are when someone else is proud of you. Compare that to how happy you are when you're proud of yourself. You may say, well, why do you ask this? Well, it's simple. Your source and your resource should be within. Start the next time you look in the mirror. I want you to start realizing who you're looking at. Stop accepting, I don't know how, or I've never done it before. Because there's a first time for everything. I don't know how and I've never done it before. It's just an excuse because you have the wrong attitude and you're not putting forth the effort. Focus on continuous growth, because if they can't grow with you, they can't go with you. You got this. I believe in you. So you should believe in you too. So when you look in the mirror, start healing yourself and stop allowing people to benefit from you being broken. Because just like me, you're a masterpiece just trying to masterpiece. You're up way more than you're down. Remember, life is but a dance, but only you choose the music that makes you move. You're loved, you're needed, you're worth it. But more importantly, you're not alone.
Bet, kid.
You're not alone.
Are loved.
Talk.
You're loved.
Break it down.
You're loved.